What is going on? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chia and I'm a real estate agent here in Sacramento and Elk Grove area. I make videos like this every single day just to entertain you guys, educate you guys, motivate and inspire you guys to do something. And I also share tips about real estate. So if this is your first time here, consider subscribing. So today I had the opportunity to interview one of my buddies. His name is Sheldon Steele, and he is like one of the top performers here in the Wilton area. And if some of you guys don't know where Wilton area is, it's just a little bit down south from Elk Grove area, right before Gott, and it's like in the suburb areas. But Sheldon has been killing it. He's been in the game for a little bit over 15 years, and this is a little interview I did of him at the studio. So I'm not gonna share too much about what he's gonna be giving you guys. I'm just gonna let you guys watch the interview. So enjoy.
So my name is Sheldon Steele, and I'm actually with eXp Realty now, which is a different thing for me to say. You know, other than it's been the usual Steele Realty and Investments Inc. for as long as I can remember. I've had, well, I think this will be my 15th year that I've been actually licensed, but you know, real estate's kind of been ingrained in my DNA, I guess you could say. I started working in my parents' office at, I think it was about 15, 16 years old. Is when I originally got going. So we've been at it for a while. It's kind of taken me all kinds of different directions, and you know, my usual response to that is, right, so country property is my bread and butter. It's what I know, it's what I enjoy. You know, whether it's big ag deals or it's your you know, your 5-acre type ranchette, but that's kind of the beauty of this business, and it can take you different directions. So, you know, like I said, the ag stuff, the residential country property is still kind of my bread and butter, but you know, I kind of carved out a pretty good niche within the investor side of the business as well, whether that's you know, helping some of the larger corporate entities with their acquisitions, or quite a few local guys, helping them with flips and underwriting deals, and we've had a lot of fun with that as well. You know, I'm kind of going through a little bit of a pivot, right? So I've been doing this a long time. I've been having a lot of fun with it, but I think my big goal for this year is to kind of change gears a little bit and start giving back a little bit to the industry kind of as a whole. You know, I've always kind of sat in my dungeon, as I called it, in my office in there with no windows, and just grinded. And you know, this business has given a lot to me personally, and as well as my family, and it's afforded us a lot. So, you know, I think this year I'm kind of want to focus on helping other agents, kind of helping them, whether it's get a hold or take their business to that next level. You know, and ultimately, you know, that kind of segues into the 5-year plan of it, right? Is to kind of get my real estate side of things a little more self-sustaining, and then you know, kind of transition into more of a mentoring, coaching type role. You know, I think one of the biggest things that stood out to me, and this has been a number of years ago, but you know, one of the investors I work with that does just an astronomical amount of business, you know, he said something along the lines of, hey, you know, I wouldn't be in this position where I'm at today if somebody didn't help me along the way. So I think it's time for me to embrace that a little more, and kind of start helping some others, which is a new challenge for me too, which I need. It's putting some life back into me, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, the beauty of this business, right, is you get out what you put into it. You know, when I was younger and didn't have the kids, and my wife and I were just getting married, you know, I would crank out 12, 13, 14 hours days, and I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. It was tough, but I did it. And, as the families came along and trying to find the balance, I think I'm very blessed in the fact that I grinded and I worked really hard at it early. So, 99% of my business now is referral based. So, I've even just in the last couple of years really changed that, and it's been difficult. I know I'm letting money walk out the door, but it's a decision I'm okay with because the time with my family is more important to me. So pretty much now, I come about 5-6 o'clock, my phone goes off, and I'm not answering it till the next morning. And it was a difficult thing for me to segue into, but I had to make a commitment to it. My weekends now, I'll only do stuff by appointment, and Sunday, I'm not even looking at my phone. It goes off, and whatever it is, it's got to wait till Monday. So that was a big transition for me, but you have to draw the hard line. You have to commit to it. I didn't want to be the guy at the dinner table with my kids and my wife and constantly checking my phone or getting up to walk away to take a call. So absolutely it's costing me money. But, getting the right team around you, setting, the expectations up front with clients, it works. I mean, and like I said, I made a conscious choice to make that commitment. And it's hard at first, but you have to figure out ways you can draw the lines, do your time blocking, and you can make it work. My wife's very understanding. She's good about, hey, if you need to go do something, go do it. She gets it, which is huge, right? Yeah, you're not going to be successful at anything unless your spouse or your significant other is on board, which she is, and I'm very blessed in that aspect. But our relationship has progressed kind of with this business as well. So I think she has a very good understanding and grasp of that. Like our family's had our brokerage for over 50 years, right? So as long as I can remember as a kid, I was going into that office, whether it was to visit my dad or while my parents had to do something, and we're running around as me and my brother and sister playing pranks on the other agents there. And so it's always kind of been in my DNA, just being around it and hearing the conversations about escrows, throughout the house. So if it's something that they gravitate to and like, obviously I'm going to be there to embrace it and help them. I mean, that was one of the best things about best choices about my career doing is, literally just sitting there for a couple of years doing paperwork and whatever, stuffing envelopes, just nonsense for my dad at the desk next to him, and just hearing those conversations he has, picking up on little things. I think I learned more in that couple of years sitting in a desk next to him, just listening, than I did doing anything else. So, if it's something they want to do, I'll be there to fully support it. If it's not for everybody. I totally get that. I'm not going to push them into it. But I'm not going to say there wouldn't be a twinkle in my eye if it is something that they do choose to do. So Wilton, we're, southeast of Sacramento, and, about 5-10 miles kind of east of Elk Grove to the heart of Wilton. I'm very biased. I love that town with my heart and soul. I grew up there. It was an incredible way to grow up. I mean, as kids, it was race home, get your homework done as fast as you could, and then run out back to the creek. And, my neighbor and I, whether it was catching crawdads or riding four-wheelers or, it's a small community, but it's pretty tight-knit. Obviously a little more rural, and just kind of that country lifestyle. I mean, growing up, as kids, we'd ride our four-wheelers up and down the streets or up and down the railroad tracks. And, as a young kid, I think it was a very good way to grow up. And, times are a little different now, but, I'll continue to love that town for everything it is. It's a very good place to live. It's quiet. and a great place as far as raising kids. I don't know, for some reason I have this desire, right, for more and more acreage, which I know in the smart part of my brain means more and more work. But I like the quiet. I like the kids being able to go out and just run. So yeah, I don't know where it's gonna take me. There's other parts of the country that intrigue me, but as far as us, and I know especially my wife being ever moving away from family would probably be too difficult of a choice. Most of our family, on both sides of our families, is here locally. So, ever making any type of drastic move, I think would be a pretty big and hard decision. I know at this point in our lives it's not right for us, but we'll see what the future brings. The brokerage, or the family brokerage, so to speak, right, has always been built around the nucleus of our family. My wife's licensed. She's not actively participating in anything as far as real estate goes right now. I mean, she's raising our kids and managing our household, which is something I couldn't do. But and then her background's in nursing, right? She has like this innate desire to always help people. So we'll see. Maybe one day down the road it piques her interest. But as far as direct working relationships, right, we've always had these handful of agents that kind of come and go. I've always had my brother there by my side that has always been kind of my right hand man, and there's no doubt the last 3, 4, 5 years I couldn't have done what I've done without his help. And then my sister's licensed too, which is awesome, and I'm excited. She's at the point now, right, where kids are getting a little older and starting to get into school, so her interest has been piqued about coming back into the business again, which is obviously an exciting thought as well, because I think it's never easy to work with family, and I think we've been pretty blessed in being able to navigate that. So there's exciting stuff to come. I think the best thing somebody that's new can do, right? Find somebody that is established and that has a career that you envision, or somebody that you respect, or somebody that's doing something that you want to do in the future, right? And hopefully if they're open to it, buddy up with them. Just do anything you can to provide value to them, and kind of if you can, ultimately ingrain yourself in a sense in part of their business, and just soak it up, learn from them, see what they do, copy what they do. I think that spending a year or two in that type of environment can really accelerate people's careers, and everybody's different. Some people take to it much faster than others, but that's always been kind of my go-to. Is I think you can learn a lot that way, and then just continue to educate yourself. Some of those classes are as mundane and boring as can be, but if you can pull 1 or 2 nuggets out of them, and aha here or there, you can get things going quicker than you think. I think in the very beginning, I don't think I treated things quite as like a business as I should have. I was more concerned probably with playing, and a lot of that was probably because of my age. But I made a few of the fatal mistakes that a lot of agents did, right? I would go at it, I would hit it hard, make some money, and then I'd go play. I'd go on a trip, I'd go do this or that, and then kind of hit the reset button and get chasing after it again. And I think that if I would have treated things a little more business-like in the beginning, built the systems and the back end a little bit, and just realized put a little higher level of commitment to it up front, it probably would have accelerated things a little more. And I don't regret it one bit as far as what I did. I mean, I being younger and having a little money to play, and the time I spent with my friends, and then now my wife, I don't regret it for an instant, and I had a lot of fun. But I think that, had I done that, my business would probably be at a little different level now. But I think a lot of that was just indicative of my age and desires at the time, so I can't complain.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed that interview with Sheldon Steele. As you guys can see, even though Sheldon is so busy with his business running, like his family business has been going around for like over 50 years now. So with him being in the game for a little bit over 15 years, even throughout all the busyness of his schedule and his work life, he still finds ways to balance out his family life. And for him, family is everything. Not only that, he still highly believes that showing up is the key to being successful in this industry. So just like I shared with all you guys out there that are watching right now, if you guys ever plan on being a real estate agent or getting into this industry, the best thing you gotta do to be successful is you gotta show up. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you guys did, give me a thumbs up. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's your chance to go ahead and do that. So go and subscribe down below so that way you guys don't miss any videos I upload in the near future, because I do make content like this every single day. So without further ado, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out now.